Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to part two of the video. In the continuation from the shout out to Akib Ahmed. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a little bit on my thoughts on entrepreneurship and legacy and the relationship between them. Also, other three ideas. One is the idea of turning pro, being a professional, meaning, making a living from what you love doing, right? And then the second thing is the four types of people that I promised to share with you, and in terms of how you think about yourself and how you think about people. And if you see people who are successful and if you see people who are getting results that they want, and you want to be in the mindset of not just seeing them as someone who's successful and you can't be like them. It's just that it's a mind shift that you need to make in terms of how you think about different types of people and the result that they get. And also the last thing is the the 5 M's to keep in mind when it comes to choosing or making decision about who to learn from in terms of legacy and entrepreneurship. So I came up with a mind map and talk you through it instead of me just talking, so that it gives you a bit of a visual and a bit of a structure as well. So legacy is something. The common idea is that legacy is something that you leave behind after you're gone, right? Something that you pass on when you pass on. If that makes sense at all. So, right. So something you leave behind in terms of in Islam we have the term sadaqah jariyah, right? It's a continual charity, right? Something that continues to benefit people after you're gone and also continues to benefit you. So it could be a service, a contribution, right? Contribution in terms of, what do you want to benefit people with? Is it a water project? Is it orphanages? Doing something for the orphans, doing something for the education system, doing something with the education, or libraries. So these are the libraries. So these are just examples, right? Something that came to mind. Right. It could be something you leave behind. Could be an inspiration, like a book, your story, your message, your history, right? So something for people to remember you by. So that's you being the change, you being an inspiration, right? Something for people to inspire by, right? That could be something you leave behind. And the idea that not many people talk about. So the other aspect of legacy that not many people talk about is the idea of sending forward. So that's the Islamic idea, right? We believe in the afterlife. We believe in meeting our Creator. So something that you leave behind is going to benefit you for the next life, and that requires forward thinking, right? That's when having a vision comes in, right? Vision is to look forward and far ahead, right? Something that you want to see in the future. Starting with the end in mind, that's the idea. So starting with the end in mind and then aligning yourself in what you want to do in that direction so that you get there, right? A vision is also in what you want to create and leave behind, and what you want to be a part of and what you want to send forward. So that's the basic. So that's a little bit on vision and how that relates to legacy. So you got to have vision for you to have to be effective in the legacy that you want to leave behind, or the legacy that you want to send forward. So the connection between leaving behind and sending forward is where entrepreneurship comes in, right? Because entrepreneurship is mainly about looking for opportunity to serve, right? Looking for opportunity to solve problems, looking for opportunity to learn and grow, to become better, to change the lives of people, right? Looking for opportunity. And you also need faith and trust to be an entrepreneur, because ultimately it's about you venturing into something unknown, because the definition of entrepreneurship is taking risk and business risk. So you have to ultimately trust in God and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because trusting in His promise that He will provide, right? So ultimately it's about your test in faith and trust. So that's the relationship between entrepreneurship and legacy, in looking for opportunity to serve, looking for opportunity to serve and to benefit people, and also to benefit yourself in the next life. All right, and now I want to touch on the idea of turning pro. This is the idea from Stephen Pressfield. His book called Turning Pro. He has this idea that there's amateur and there's professional, right? Amateur means doing something out of love, right? In amateur comes from Latin, it means to love. So the idea is that you love something, you do something out of love, right? It's not for the money, right? You do something as a hobby, that something that makes you happy, right? So it's part-time, it's on the side, a weekend warrior. And then professional means being doing something for the money, doing full time. It's a profession. It's something that you go from 9 to 5 away from the family, right? Because it's a job. It's something that you do for the money to bring in the income. So his idea is that if you love something so much, why not make it a profession, right? Because people come alive doing what they love doing, right? So if you love doing something so much, why do it on the side? Why not make it something that is going to support you? Why not make it profitable, right? Why not make it full time? So entrepreneurship is about turning pro, right? Because you're starting a business with your idea that you have, the idea that you want to serve people with. Anything you want to turn, any idea that you have that you want to turn into products that you want to serve people with, any projects you want to benefit the community with. Make it into your profession. So that's entrepreneurship, right? That's the way I see it. So that's a very helpful way to think about that. So just ask yourself, if I love something so much, why not make it a profession? If you're already doing that, good on you. That's awesome. Continue to do that and take it to the next level. Play a bigger game, inshallah. All right. So what else? And then there is the 4 types of people, right? The 4 types of people there are 4 types of people, right? The all-outs, the dropouts, the cop-outs, and the tune-outs. The tune-outs are, they always tune out. They don't hear when you talk to them about something that's going to benefit them. They have no frame of reference. The cop-outs are people who have excuses, right? Have quote-unquote reasons for why they can't do what they love to do, right? And then the dropouts are people who are starters. They get excited, they get on board, and then they drop out, right? So they need to change some strategies in terms of their thinking. So to really look at what motivates them, what inspires them, and how to sustain that so that they get a result that they want and become an all-out, right? So all-outs are people who's going all the way in, right? Who's stepping up all the way, going full out, flat out, whatever you want to call it, right? So it relates to reminds me of the idea of the forerunners that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in Surah Waqiyah, in chapter 56, where Allah talks about the 3 types of people, right? The forerunners, the sabiqun, and then there's the companion of the left and the companion of the right, right? The forerunners are always the ones who's outstripping with good deeds, right? The ones always first when it comes to opportunity to do something good, right? Do something that's going to benefit them and benefit other people, right? So be an all-out person and take the opportunity to learn from one of the best, learn from the best of the best. So that's how being an all-out person relates to being a professional in being an entrepreneur. Okay, so that's my idea of how it relates to entrepreneurship. And then the last thing I want to leave you with is the 5 M's of the 5 M's to keep in mind when it comes to choosing someone to learn from. Like it's like a checklist. Do they have this 5 M's? It could be more than 5 because I want to keep it simple. So that's why I remind myself here, KISS, this thing, keep it simple. Because I don't want to make it a very, very boring and long video. So number 1 is mentorship, right? Can they mentor? Do they have results that you want? Do they have the experience? Are they always growing and learning and helping people, right? That's something you want to check. So mentorship. Another one is mindset. Do they have the mindset? Do they have the tools to change your mindset, right? Do they have the community to support the mindset, right? for your mindset to change, you need to find someone who can challenge your mindset and challenge your current beliefs, right? Because you don't know what you don't know. So you need that someone like a mentor or a coach to help you see that blocks that you don't see, that you sabotage yourself with, right? So getting rid of excuses, and then the mindset on money and wealth. Because if you don't get your mindset right in terms of money and wealth, then it's going to sabotage you in terms of running a business and being an entrepreneur, right? That's the mindset bit. And then you want to check if they have the model. Do they have the system, the structure, or a blueprint, or a roadmap, or something like a checklist that's proven to get result, right? That's something that you want in in looking for someone to help you with your business or to be successful. The next one is marketing. Do they know how to tell stories? Do they have structures and systems to teach you? Do they have the experience to teach you how to view marketing? Marketing is mainly about teaching and sharing, right? Sharing what's going to benefit people, so that they know you and they invest with you and they learn from you, and so that you can help them change. That's basically what marketing is, right? Do they have a way of structuring your message? That's something you want to keep in mind. And the last one is monetization, right? How to monetize? Because if you're not making money with your passion, then you can't sustain that passion. You can't make it full time, right? You can't sustain your message. You can't sustain your passion. Basically, you can't sustain what brings you alive. You know why that is important? Is because doing what you love is going to make you happy, right? If you're happy, your family is happy, right? If the parents are stressed in the family, the children are the ones that suffer, because there's no time for the children. There's no support for the children when they need them, right? Because the parents are out working. So that's something that's really important in terms of leaving your legacy, in terms of affecting your legacy in the next generation, right? That's something also. It's also about your legacy in terms of the family, that the trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put in you, right, to take care of your children. So if you're not doing what you love, and if you can't sustain doing what you love, then it's going to affect your relationship with your next generation, your children, right, the people that are around you, because you're always stressed out and angry. Because I love this quote, because that don't ask what the world needs, ask what makes you come alive, and go do it, because what the world needs is people who have come alive. That's a quote by Howard Thurman. So that's a quote one of the quotes that I love, is to why it's important to do what you love and do the best you can to be able to do it full time, right? So because I believe that everyone has a gift that they can share and serve the world with, right? So you need to start exploring that. So that's all from me. So that's the 5 M's to keep in mind, right? So we touched on the legacy and entrepreneurship, and then the idea of turning pro, right? Being a professional with what you want to do and making it full-time and sustainable for you, so that you can be happy, so that people in your life can be happy. The 4 types of people, the all out. So how to be the all out person. So making decision and committing to what's going to make you grow, what's going to get you the result that you want, the lifestyle that you want, the family life that you want, the community that you want to help, the contribution that you want to make, right? So that's all from me. This is Thurein from hardcoresuccess.com, and this video is for people who are watching, people who are Akib's friends and Akib's community, right? Akib's fans. I hope this benefits you in terms of thinking about legacy entrepreneurship. So thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.